we'll be talking about the controversy generated by the recent closure of schools in four northern states of Nigeria due to Ramadan fast. People, wondering how could, a secular state like Nigeria be dealing with such a thing in this 21st century. And, it behoves on every one of us to know that, like I always say, Nigeria was not meant to function as a state or even to succeed as a country, okay? Because of the internal contradictions. And the contradictions are eternal. It can never stop. An eternal contradiction that will forever continue to pull Nigerian and Nigerians down because of the system we are running. We are running like two systems, one country, two systems, or even one country, three systems, okay? And I'm not really surprised about that because this is not the first time, and I bet you it will not be the last time, okay? Nigeria is challenged by in every facet of its nationhood. You have religions, you have ethnicity, you have ideology, whatever you call it, and it will continue to hinder the growth of Nigeria. Those four states, Kano, Katsina, Kebbi, and Bauchi, what they did will over time spread to the rest of the core northern state, the core Arewa northern state. It's going to spread just like when they started with the Sharia. So at every point in time, the core northern guys will always like to push their own agenda, not minding how it will affect other citizens, because they believe that they are the dominant ethnic group, that they can do and undo, that they can do anything they want to do and nothing will happen. And actually, they have done it over and over again, and nothing has happened. And they will continue to push those agendas. Okay? But, that's how Nigeria is being run. The system was structured to fail and never to function. The system was built based on consumerism, just consume the oil, no productivity, no interest in building a nation. It's all about the elites and the oligarchies from the north grabbing everything that they could at every point in time. Okay? So when it comes to those issue of when it comes to the first state that closed school, it's basically for the Ramadan fast. So Ramadan is now infringing on the rights of the citizens of this country, because what they said was that the school closure is for everybody. Okay, both primary, secondary, even both in private and the public school. So whether you are a Muslim, you're a Christian, you're an animist, or whatever your belief system is, you have to go back home until when they are done with their Ramadan fast. So, and it now behoves on every one of us to wonder, why are we one country when some region can close down schools that affect every other person and nobody is talking about it? Federal government is not saying anything about it. They are just dumb, waiting for a miracle to happen, for the problem to sort itself out. And it never happens like that, okay? Because you need to challenge every system that tend to negate or tend to challenge the constitution of Nigeria. You need to challenge every idea, everything that will make Nigeria divided. And after that, Christian Association of Nigeria were like, no, we are giving you guys some days. If you guys don't retract this statement and abide by the constitution of Nigeria, we are going to challenge you guys in court. Okay, though it's good, well, I hope it will work out well. But it's just like the symptoms. They are just dealing with the symptom, because fundamentally, some of these people out there in the north don't care about what your feelings are. They're even going to fight till they die, because what they believe in is that their own religion should always dominate over your own. So you need to be respectful and also abide by their own belief. Just like what Erufai said, that they have achieved their aim in Kaduna State by making sure that they have Muslim tickets in Kaduna State. Now they have pushed it to the center, that is to Nigeria, to Abuja, where they have Muslim president and the Muslim vice president. So it's just like a well thought out agenda. And I've always liked my Christian brothers to always think about all this. So don't take it for granted. Don't think that it's just like a wishy-washy statement. It's not. Okay. Whether you like it or not, they're always planning. They're always, pushing ahead with the agenda. And now it's coming out really. How can a state close down school during a fasting period and it doesn't, and it's affecting every other citizens and nothing is happening? Okay. When will Nigeria learn? That's the problem. When will Nigeria learn? When will even the southern Nigeria learn? These guys are restructuring Nigeria, okay, in their own image. They don't care about your feelings. Why the South is waiting for an official restructuring of Nigeria? These guys are going about restructuring Nigeria the way they want it to be based on their Islamic and Sharia affairs. And we must resist that. It's not good for a nation to work that way. With all the statistics coming out from the North showing how educationally backward they are, how they are challenged in every human development indices, they still have the guts to close down school for weeks, and at the end of the day, they will expect their citizens to come out on top in various exams. Okay. And that's what goes to show why at every point in time they are always backward in performance, either JAM or WAEC. But due to Nigerian quota system, they will still be giving their slots, whether they pass or not, they will still be giving the pass above a southerner that made a very, very good grade. Okay, so you can see that injustice. So it's just like litany of injustices, litany of tolerating what is not tolerable in any sane society. Okay, and Nigerians still look at it and say, well, that's how it is. It is not. Okay, because at the end of the day, those guys that went, because it will become a yearly thing. So every year they've spent weeks at home because of the Ramadan. Then they'll come out, write JAM, write WAEC, and they will score very low in those exams. And they will still be given admission into various universities. And they will end up producing half-baked graduate, half-baked whatever you call it. And they will be given priority over people from the South that are struggling, that are fighting to turn, working hard to score good grades. And they will be given preference because of the quota system. So at every point in time, when we say that Nigeria can never work, it's not really like we are exaggerating. It's a statement of fact. Okay? It's a statement. We have done it for like decades, and nothing is working. How many years are you going to spend trying to convince people that you have to build a nation based on value, common shared value? We don't have any common shared value. Okay, we don't have like an ideology that holds us together. Nothing. It's all about different nations being brought together to see if they can work, and they are not working, and the elites and oligarchies are not interested in making it to work. It's quite unfortunate. Well, I support Khan to go on. If they don't receive their decision, then they should go ahead to challenge it, because unless we challenge these people, they will continue to push the boundaries, just like with the Sharia stuff. Okay, they wanted Sharia everywhere in Nigeria. So at every point, they are not thinking about development. They are not thinking about making Nigeria a world-class country. No, they value their religion over any advancement in human development in this. Okay, in education, in infrastructure, in whatever you call it, it's secondary to them. It's secondary to them. And until we start to understand that, maybe restructure Nigeria in a manner that you can develop at your own pace. You can be crawling like a snail if you want. You can be flying like an eagle if you want, based on your region, depending on what your region wants. If the region wants to be flying to the sky, is the problem. So basically, what we're trying to say is that this this pronouncement by the Hizbah, that's the police, because unfortunately, these guys still have a police, yeah, the Islamic police, the Hizbah, and there's nowhere in the constitution. Yeah. So you have a police and another police system that will be policing both the Christians and the Muslims and every other individuals. And we call it a secular state. It's not really a secular state. What is keeping Nigeria warm? It's just the oil in the Niger Delta. Apart from that, Nigeria would have gone by now. That's why we have all these challenges now, because the oil is not even enough to go around again as it used to, because of the population growth and whatever, and more corruption in the system. So I commend Khan for what they are doing, and I think Nigerians should look back and try to find a permanent solution to this thing. If there is, then if there is no permanent solution to it, why continue to shed blood and tears every now and then? Why don't we find a way to make Nigeria a restructured place where each region will be semi-independent from the center and work according to their pace? Thank you.